Rich Lather. Now, whether you know it or not, he is a proponent of the theology of dread, and that's been true since about 1986. He is also a produce section location consultant for the Some Call It Food grocery chain. That operates in Alaska and Hawaii. That's why you haven't seen any of them around here. He is also, I can't help but notice that Rich is still on his photon diet there. Can't let light rays get in the way of communication. Anyway, like I was saying, he was the organizer of, well, maybe it's an organizer too, but that's a new job. We'll get to new jobs in a little while. He organized the sheet metal warehouse builders protest in Arizona in 2020, and he is a freelance restroom patrol consultant for various East European democracies. Now, if I could just dig a little deeper here, Rich, you are well, this theology of dread. I'm a believer, or actually, technically I should say I'm a disbeliever. But this in 1986, that was the year of the dung beetle that you started doing this, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, there was a time, I like to refer to them as the conveyors of scat.
Well, a lot of people around here call them by that terminology, that name, that nickname. But I got to be honest, I don't understand why a big grocery chain like Some Call It Food would need a produce section location consultant.
Well, there are certain talents that I bring in sniffing out the essence of produce when I lived with the kumquats on the kibbutz. Well, I used to kibbutz myself quite a bit, but then I found the centering, and it's something that I don't believe that even the astronauts understand when the tang gets into you.
This sheet metal warehouse builders protest in Arizona, why? I have heard it called corrugated when people speak about it. Is that a fair statement?
Yes, in my following, I appreciate it when my disciples, they both understand the difference between the corrugated and the subjugated. And between the two, it's sort of a yin and a yang of the way that we like to express our love to one another.
Okay, now, you're an old guy now. You were born back in 62, I guess it is. Your parents are famous, in a sense.
In a sense, I suppose. I mean, my mother was a lyra instructor, and my father was a tractor repairman. We lost him when there was an incident, and he was in the compound that we lived in. There was a time that he was visiting a farm, and a cow that was prepping itself in a green room, if you will, on the second floor of the barn fell on top of him. It was supposed to be part of a show called Meet Cute, where chefs would encounter their well, you know.
Oh, okay. I don't think I want to know any more about that, but I do want to know something. You have a book right now that's very popular. It's about hormones. I understand that I saw it when you were in the draft stage and you were talking about enzymes. I guess somebody self-corrected you, or?
Well, I mean, I think they misspelled the title when I say when I speak of hormones. It was really the early formative days that I spent in the Dutch brothel. So.
And we have some video of that, but I'm not supposed to show it in the dinner hour here.
Yeah.
Last thing, because I want to give other people a chance to talk. the book that you wrote under a pseudonym, which is called Health Hoaxes Hacked, that seems to make some points that are in direct opposition to your hormones book. I guess you corner the market by arguing on both sides of the fence.
Well, I believe that if my disciples, I shouldn't be saying this, but none of them are allowed to own television. So if they buy my arguments on one side, then if I make arguments to the contrary, then this doubles my audience, doubles my incomes.